Anyone can do self-improvement. It takes a real man to do self-deterioration. Hey there, kiddos, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Uncle Frank, hoping that you are having a better day than I am because I am sick. I caught a cold over the weekend. I don't know how and when I got it, but yeah, I'm a bit under the weather today. So this is going to be a quick video so that I can go back inside and slurp some soup and go back to sleep. But I needed to make this video because a little over a week ago, I advertised this video. This is the follow-up to the Spider-Man Futures video, and I had basically said there that I wanted to talk about how Spider-Man performed during the big Cyber Weekend sale, and I had expressed that, you know, it's a fairly recognizable character. Spider-Man's one of the 5 most recognizable fictional characters of all time, I think. Mickey Mouse, Pikachu, Spider-Man, Batman. Who would be number 5? Insert your fiction top 5 list below. Like, who do you think are the most recognizable characters? I bet Hulk's on that list. Goku. There we go. Goku. Everyone knows Goku. Boom, there we go. That's my top 5 most recognizable fictional characters. But yeah, with such a recognizable IP and such a relatively cheap box, it was under MSRP when I made that video. Combining under MSRP with a 10% store credit return, I was curious to see if Spider-Man would have an uptick in sales over the weekend, and if the price would recover just a bit over the weekend. And yeah, Cyber Weekend has come and gone, and it was an interesting weekend, that's for sure. Most of my sales happened after the Cyber Weekend sale had ended, which was interesting, to say the least. So, how'd Spider-Man do? Well, a week ago, Spider-Man collector booster boxes were selling for around $420-ish. $410, $420, depends on the time of day, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Fast forward 7 days with the Cyber Weekend sale. And over the weekend, a collective, as of the time of this recording, 259 boxes have sold at an average of roughly $380, which means that in the course of 7 days and during a major sale, collector booster boxes have lost $40 on average, which is crazy to me in such a small period of time. Not as crazy as I suppose as it losing $500+ going from a peak at 1,000 to 450-ish, but still pretty nuts that, yeah, the Cyber Weekend was not as kind to Spider-Man as I thought it might have been. And it's not that there's a decreasing interest in Magic the Gathering or a decreasing interest in collector booster boxes. Over the weekend, I was tracking some other things. Avatar was the one I was tracking for Magic besides Spider-Man. I was tracking Secrets of Power for the Star Wars. I was tracking the Carbonite booster boxes. Spoiler alert, that one did not do great either. And I was also tracking, obviously, Phantasmal Flames, because I was curious to see how those booster boxes would do over the weekend in terms of just raw sales data. In terms of just raw sales numbers. So to compare it to Avatar during the same period sold 560-ish boxes at an average of $420 a box, with no real decline in price over the weekend. Caveat, Avatar is a hotter set. It has more playable cards on average. It's a bit fresher in people's minds. There's a bit more optimism about the set in general. It didn't experience the 900 to 500 dip, so there's not as much pessimism or FUD about it as there is for Spider-Man, but still, that is a sign that Magic is not necessarily on a huge downturn over the weekend, nor are collector boxes on a massive downturn over the weekend. And I imagine if you look at other collector boxes from other sets, they would have similar brain's drawing a blank. I probably should not be recording videos while I'm sick, because I can't think straight. Collector booster boxes are also probably looking relatively stable across the board. Avatar is not doing amazing. It's not doing gangbusters, but it's not failing. It's not falling apart. Asterisk yet, because who knows, by the time you guys see this video, maybe it collapses down to 380 as well. Who knows? I did mention that I was keeping track of Secrets of Power, and I got some great news for you Star Wars fans. It turns out that maybe, just maybe, making a premium booster box, a premium priced product for a game that's less than 2 years old is probably not a great idea. Because over the weekend, 95 Carbonite boxes sold, and they sold at a price tag of $160, which is, yes, under MSRP. And no, those are not impressive sales numbers. So, oh, that's all the Star Wars fans trying to force ship me to death. Whew. I want to make it clear, I don't want to bully Star Wars at all, but I do think it's intelligent to keep an eye on how the game's doing as an objective seller, especially if you have a financially vested interest in the success of the game or not. Knowing whether or not it's doing good is a good idea. Same thing with Spider-Man. Knowing whether or not Spider-Man is doing good is a good idea. And then just to round out the comparisons, yeah, Avatar was doing pretty good. Almost 600 boxes if you averaged up. $420 a box, that's pretty good. You know what else was doing good? Phantasmal Flames. Phantasmal Flames was doing amazing over the weekend. 680 plus boxes have sold as of the recording of this video at an average of $250 to $260 a box, which is, I know it's not comparable, right? Those are regular booster boxes. There's no collector booster boxes in Pokemon. I hope Pokemon never does collector booster boxes. That would be unfortunate. Pokemon's a bigger brand right now. Phantasmal Flames is the new hotness. It's a Charizard set. There's obviously a lot of freakouts about it. And even with the supposed collapse of Pokemon, you can see that Phantasmal Flames is doing really good, especially in comparison to these other boxes. But that's not to say that Magic's bad or that Star Wars is bad. Or I didn't track any Yu-Gi-Oh! Over the weekend. I probably should have, now that I'm thinking back on it. But I'm sure it will be more of the same of more price collapses across the board. What is the newest Yu-Gi-Oh! Set? That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter right now. I will talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! In its own dedicated video. But yeah, as you can see, if you go and look through the sales data for a lot of these new sets, you'll see that there was a small uptick in sales volume over the weekend across the board. So like, this wasn't unique to Pokemon thing, but yeah, things are doing good. Things are looking stable and solid right now as we enter the coldest months of the year. And it just looks like a discounted price under MSRP combined with a 10% store credit return. It looks like that was not enough to save Spider-Man from its fate of falling as far as one could from $1,000 price tag. That's crazy. So yeah, this was my follow-up video from a week ago. I'm going to end it here because I am just not feeling great. I'm super congested right now, and I really want some soup. So, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below about what you think about... Let me know who your top 5 fictional characters are. Like, who are the 5 most recognizable fictional characters to you? That's what I want to see in the comments section. If you guys aren't leaving those, then I know that you don't watch my videos. Besides that, I have a Patreon, I have a Discord. Come chat with us in Discord. It's a fun place. And yeah, that's all I got. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.